There aren't many sports where loneliness can hit as hard as it can in wrestling.
Mama can't help you and your daddy can't help you.
Mercy isn't given out easily. The team at Monroe High School is made up of fighters, but their battles aren't just fought on the mats.
The kids have to provide most of their own gear.
Affording it can be tough.
Here we go.
Coach Charles Johnson often spends his own money on players' equipment. Recently, in search for some old shoes, he called the coach of a competing team.
He asked me if I could get all my wrestlers together at the end of the season and asked them to bring in their used wrestling shoes.
Waxhaw's Marvin Ridge High School wrestling team usually beats Monroe. The supplies are also easier to come by. It's why Coach Troy Spencer had a mixed reaction to Johnson's request.
I didn't feel right about that, making them buy old shoes.
Coach Johnson was planning on paying for the shoes out of his own pocket, like he'd done many times before. So he never expected what happened next.
Man, I lost my mind. I was surprised.
This month, Spencer and a couple of his players surprised Johnson and his players with 40 pairs of shoes. The team had raised $1,400. The shoes weren't only a donation, they were almost all brand new.
I was in shock. I was like, wow, that's, school pretty much not even, you wouldn't think would be concerned with us.
Wrestlers on both teams say it was sort of a wake-up call.
When I was seeing them and how much it meant to them, kind of made me realize, to help someone out in our community, you don't really need to do anything super complicated. It's just a simple gesture.
Despite the gesture, these teams haven't suddenly gone soft.
We would go wrestle them tonight and try and take no prisoners.
We're going to put it out there now. We're going to put it out there.
The goal of wrestling may be to bring down your opponent, but when your rival is looking out for you off the mats, who comes out on top just doesn't seem as important.
At the end of the match, we'll be friends. We'll walk away as friends and brothers.
I'm Reuben Jones in Union County, Spectrum News.